Hi, my friend went to Treehouse again and gave me some Alter Ego cans, and I also plan to go into Treehouse this week, so we'll keep having some awesome Treehouse reviews that everyone loves, I'm sure. So Alter Ego is the brother, or they say alter ego, of Julius, or twin brother, because instead of using what I believe is primarily Citra, like they do in Julius, this one they actually just come out and tell you is Mosaic and Amarillo dry hop, and it's 6.8% alcohol. It was canned 5 days ago, and I've only had a little taste of this like 2 years ago. Just happened to not get to try much Alter Ego at all. Same with Julius. Hopefully I'll get some Julius this week and finally do a review of that, because these are two beers I have not drank very much of. It just seems like I always get Green or Doppelganger. Those ones have been available a lot, it seems, for the past like 6 months or so. Let's get into it. I remember this one not seeming to be quite as soft and malty as some of the other Treehouse beers. I remember thinking it was almost a little bit more like Trillium, but the head is looking good. I did pour it a little hard, but it has the beautiful soapy, it's thick, finely bubbled Treehouse head, and it's rather dark. The double IPA I had from the special one, what was that called? I reviewed it recently. That one was super duper pale, but it seems like a lot of Treehouse beers, actually they use maybe a teeny bit of some kind of specialty malt that they don't tell you. It does give it some kind of malt presence. And the head's settling down a little bit, but it always stays in a nice, thick, rich cap on top of their beers. Oh yeah, the Mosaic is very strong in this. Super peachy. And peach rings, definitely. It's not quite getting into that plasticky, like weird plastic medicinal burning sort of quality that I get from some of these super Mosaic hopped New England style beers, where it just seems like the Mosaic combined with the yeast and the added salts and minerals and things sometimes doesn't have the greatest smell and taste to me, but it smells really nice. And the addition of the Amarillo kind of helps make it a little bit more orangey, keep it citrusy and not all tropical and peachy and too candy-like. Yeah, it's still got a lot of orange juice aroma. Candied orange, very lightly spicy. Not quite getting any green onion or anything like that yet. Yeah, super fruity, very lightly dank. Pretty strong aroma also. And finally the head's dying down a little bit. It is a little humid, you can see some steam on there. And it's still, unfortunately, motorcycle season, as you probably heard that. And it's really cool to be loud in your motorcycle and ruin other people's reviews. No, but that tastes really good. It's got maybe a little less malty, fresh barley flavor than a lot of other Treehouses. I don't know exactly why that is. It's just these hops seem to cover up that maltiness a little bit more. But actually, since I haven't had Julius much, I've mostly had I guess they're stronger IPAs and double IPAs, where the maltiness might be a little more prominent. But that one, there's a teeny bit of some kind of toasty, like Honey Nut Cheerios thing going on, I guess. With a light honey malt sweetness and not toasted to the point of caramelization or anything like that at all. And it turns a little bit more in a tartar fruit. It's not as sweet and candy-like in the flavor than in the nose, which is the way it usually goes, I find, with IPAs. but it's not getting unpleasantly rindy or bitter or astringent. And yeah, I can tell there's going to be a little bit of a burn in the throat build up after a while, but still really nice and soft and super pleasant. It might be a little bit more bitter than most treehouse beers I've had. The mouthfeel is not quite as effortlessly soft and doesn't flow down your palate like the number 8, what is it called? I can't remember the IPA I had recently, the special one they released. Not in perpetuity, but they're changing IPA series. The number 8 I had in that one was like just floated. This one sits a little bit on there, I guess. I don't know how to describe it besides that. And it's got, pretty good carbonation, but all their beers, the head just makes it seem like there's more carb, but they're not over-carbed at all, because sometimes that can actually thin out the body, make it not as soft, and just really brings up extra aroma that you don't have in your beer. But this one, is full of candy, tropical, but plenty of citrusy things going on too. And just a hint of grapefruit, and the malt is edging on almost sort of caramel, but it has a lot of like breakfast cereal taste, like ruby red grapefruit and orange juice and honey nut Cheerios in the flavor. It's really nice after the really tropical peach ring nose. Definitely mango going on in this one too. What do they say? I guess they don't even say. Yes, citrus and tropical fruit. Yeah, but I mean, you can describe so many beers like that. But if you want a slightly more aggressive treehouse beer that doesn't have that quite as much malt presence, and it kind of hits you a little bit sharper on the tongue, this is the one to go with. But it's still, extremely pleasant and soft and not very bitter compared to just about every other IPA in the world. And I'm not really swirling this around too much, and it still has a little cap of foam and some bubbles. And it's very nice. I'd do 4.25 for this one easily. But it's not bringing a whole bunch of new things to the game. I guess maybe people might have been saying that like the stuff brewed in the new facility and not the Munson facility is not always totally perfect. Maybe there have been more perfect batches out there. But I'm very happy with this one. And I feel like the malty flavor is building up nicely. And it keeps getting, now I'm actually tasting a little barley. And it's still got the nice complexity and perfect balance. That is the treehouse signature, I'd say. So, that's it. Bye.